Welcome back to the next video. Today's Autism Awareness Day. I'm wearing my Autism Awareness t-shirt. You'll be able to see some of these on pictures of these on the socials at lewis.stoney on Instagram. So I'm going to talk you through about my life and autism because I've struggled coping with autism. My confidence over that, well, especially since COVID, has dropped dramatically. So I've lived on my own for 5 years now, so I've coped really well. So I've really enjoyed living on my own, but there are some good points and bad points. So sometimes I don't have any friends, so it can be quite isolating. So I don't really have anyone come in my house or anything. It's usually just family and that. So I don't really have any friends or strangers, if you know what I mean, in my house. Well, not strangers. The only strangers I've had is people fitting my bloody TV. Do you know my Skybox? Do you know that? Because you can't live without Sky and internet these days. So there'll be no YouTube videos. So yeah, I don't really answer the door to anyone outside because I get a bit anxious if someone's knocking on the door sometimes. So yeah, I just generally don't answer unless I'm expecting anyone's. So yeah, I've been feeling a bit lonely recently, but I'm hoping to I do stuff in Bolton Wanderers in the community, which is going really well. That's like a little group in an evening. I'm hoping to start another group today in an evening. So obviously there's like a time now. I just need to find something constructive because you only live once, and I'm just too nervous to go out in the big wide world. I've got like quite bad anxiety, if you know what I mean. Sometimes I struggle. People with autism, I don't know about you, I struggle making decisions. Routine is key, but I do struggle making decisions what to do in the day. Sometimes if I set myself a goal, whether I want to get on a bus ride or something, I'd usually get to the walk and then I just want to turn back now. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I do that, just like turn back. Do you know, when you just feel like awkward sometimes just to do anything, do you know, especially when you're on your own and you've not got anyone, like, obviously I talk to people on the bus, well, bus drivers, something, or, do you know what I mean? Just like to clear my head a little bit. But I do want that bit of company because hopefully come spring and summer I will be getting out on walks and that and doing some bit more during the day. But I just want some company, if you know what I mean. Do you know, just like going out on walks or something, just to try and interact with people at least. So yeah, that's my other aim to start doing that. Try and meet people because I don't really interact much with people. But yeah, there's only been like the groups I'm going to at the moment, but they're all in everything. So I'm going to try and have to do something constructive during the day. So you need to get up in the morning and do this, that, and the other rather than staying on the pit. Do you know what I mean? Even though I struggle, I've always struggled with my autism. I'm coping well independently. I can do my own washing. Sometimes I can't be bothered doing my own washing, even though my videos do show washing machine videos. But yeah, I do enjoy creating washing machine videos on YouTube. Yeah, it's always been my passion, washing machines, and I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon. Um, Routine, yeah, there's certain topics I do enjoy, like interests. Sometimes I'm quite big into YouTube. I watch washing machines. Um, but to be honest, that's about it. I just need like some sort of friend, if you know what I mean. Do you know, like just to at least, because whenever I meet people, no disrespect, it's always in a controlled environment, if you know what I mean. Whether I'm going to like groups or anything, it's not like you're going out. Do you know, if you get, you know what I mean, do you know, like getting out like one to one or just spending a bit of time with your friends without being overlooked. But obviously, um, hoping to change and hoping to like collab with other YouTubers as well over the next few months or years to come. Yeah, because there's not many YouTubers I know of. I have been stopped in public before when I was creating football videos, but obviously I lost interest in that. Well, didn't lose interest, but I needed to find a way to live life in the world rather than being glued to a phone, because all I do during the day at home is stay on my phone. But once I leave that door now, I just need to forget about like YouTube and live the moment while it happens. So yeah, I'm trying to find a balance between living online or being present in life. So obviously, I really want to do something with my life. I'm gonna start college. That's a definite yes. Even though I am gonna I am quite anxious to go out in the big wide world still. Even though I did used to do really well when I was younger. When I was at school, I did well at school. Started college in school. After school, did art and design. What else did I do after that? Oh yeah, I joined a group or something. I can't quite remember. Yeah, no, I stayed at home for a few years doing nothing because I was struggling. I was like undecided. I like just wanted a bit of time to myself. Because I did find college a little bit too difficult. They wanted to go to my second course. Well, I enjoyed it, but then I think in 2016 I went to Wigan and Leigh College to do media. I enjoyed that, but then ended up like 3 months into the course, I ended up changing course because it was too hard work. I was struggling quite bad. It was too much for me to handle. So then I moved on to IT. So I completed that in no problem. But then there was times when I just like, oh, it's a bit too hard now. I managed to complete the course, but it was just too hard. Just could not. I wanted to do it. I was enjoying it, but yeah. And I know that if I did carry on at college, it would have been way too difficult for me. So that's when I just decided it's time to just stay at home and try and find something to do. So obviously I did do that, and then a few years later, I started another group, like a walking group. Then I quit that. Just like I was enjoying it, but I just wanted a bit of like I don't know what you call it. You get like it was getting repetitive, if you know what I mean. Like I was struggling a little bit and getting a bit tired sometimes, even though I enjoyed it really well. I just and then I ended up going out to like another group. I don't know whether I've never actually said. I'm not going to say just yet on the channel about the group because I've not got my confidence to announce it yet. So I did start another group, but I enjoyed it. But then they lost the funding, so obviously it was one of the bestest of groups I've been to. It was on a Sunday or Saturday, I can't quite remember. Yeah, and we used to get out and about on a train or something. So and that was good. And then obviously I'm going to take a focus on this because I think obviously I've been diagnosed with epilepsy. I don't know if anyone knows about this. So obviously the restrictions in place for me to do stuff. So obviously I can't drive. Obviously I have no freedom to drive because if I could drive, I'd be out in my car every bloody day. Whether it was just a ride or going somewhere doing something constructive, but obviously I'd either book a Uber or I'd get on a bus, but then you're restricted to even getting those because sometimes I've paid at least 60 quid in a day in an Uber, just to get me out of the location. So obviously I live in Bolton, so obviously I never pay over £60 in a day in an Uber. So it's like a £30 journey there and a £30 journey back, and I only do that like once a month because I can't do that every day, but I wish I could do it every day. But the radius I can go to is probably the maximum is from Bolton to Preston, going up the country, I think that is, and then going down the country is like probably Manchester or something, or just outside of Manchester is my peak. So obviously I can't really basically within part of the northwest, I should say. That's what I was trying to get to you. So it's not like I can go on holiday or go like hours drives, especially when I'm a football fan. I'm a big football fan. I'm Bolton Wanderers mad, and going to away day games, someone's got to take because I want a better company, and obviously I can't drive and that. But yeah, going to the matches can be quite difficult because it's not just like local. You see, if it was somewhere like Wigan, obviously not Wigan because they're a derby team, I wouldn't go to Wigan on my own. Um, but if it was somewhere local or something, like, I don't know where, depends where we are in the championship. I reckon I could get to it with a friend or someone, whether it was getting an Uber or something. But there are ways and means to go about all this. So yeah, having epilepsy as well as autism, there's a few like downs. I am on medication, but luckily I've not had a epilepsy fit. I think the last big one was in 2012, I think it was, at school. I was in year 11 at school. Yeah, I was about to finish school, so I don't know if it was to do with the stress and that. And then obviously, yeah, just like minor absences in between, but they don't happen very often as well now. So yeah, been diagnosed with that as well. Yeah, so there are things when you just want to have that bit more freedom in life. Even though I do have autism, I'm living independently. I've got like, and obviously like doing stuff like going shopping. I can't just going shopping like picking things off the shelves sometimes. Um, Dates of foods because I don't take notes in dates, so obviously I need someone to check the dates for me and that, for when food, because I can't have food going off in my fridge. So I like have long dates on my food. I struggle packing bags and that check it, so I always get my mum to do that. But yeah, I think the only things I struggle with the most is obviously I do have one hand as well, so obviously I struggle just shopping is one of them. Just like doing little odds and sods around the house that I can't manage. Like if it was empty in a bin or something, because I can't do that because I'm also petrified of plastic bags, especially when they're blowing about in the garden. I just don't like plastic bags at all. So I am petrified of plastic bags. Um, so I can't really handle bins. Yeah, and usually when I order a takeaway on Just Eat, I always put in a description I'm allergic to plastic bags. Obviously, I'm not allergic to them, but it just means letting them know that don't send me any plastic bags to my door. But yeah, I am frightened of them, so that's why I always put on Just Eat doing that. So 5 years of been living on my own. It's been good. I enjoy it. I can play. Yeah, with me being down all the time, I always feel like music picks me up a little bit. There's a local radio station across Manchester, Cheshire, and the Northwest called Happy Radio. It's one of the best local radio stations I've listened to. It's like they've been going about 2 years now. On a Saturday night, they do something called Guilty Pleasures, so that's my favourite show on a Saturday evening from 6 o'clock. Because I don't go out drinking or anything. So Saturday night, staying in with Happy Radio, 6 till 8 with Guilty Pleasures is my night to have a bit more good night freedom, but on my own. So it's not like, because I don't drink, I don't smoke, so obviously pubs and clubs aren't that good for me to go in that sort of sector. So I always bring the club into my own house, because I have my disco lights going in and all that. So yeah, guilty pleasure to play stuff like Venga Boys, Black Lace, and I Am the Music Man and all that. Kids party sort of music and that, because that's what I like. So yeah, I always think music picks my day up a little bit as well, just gets me out the zone of thing. My genres are music car guilty pleasures. I have to say they're the best, but I mean, like I do like a lot of variety of music stations. Well, I listen to a lot of music stations, and I obviously listen to like when they're changing the names. mainly the Bauer stations are becoming Greatest Hits Radio and Hits Radio. I like seeing them change the name and the transmission, so I'm quite into that in a big way. You know, just like listening to a changed name. So I've listened to loads of relaunches and I've recorded a lot of radio. I'm a bit like that with the telly. I just record a lot of stuff, even though I don't get a chance to watch them all. I still record it all. So yeah, I'm a bit of a Gogglebox. I was thinking of signing up to Gogglebox, but or doing a YouTube channel called Goggle Vlogs. But obviously, if I did do a YouTube channel called Goggle Vlogs, no doubt I would get copyrighted if I started showing clips of different TV shows without permission. But it would have been a good laugh if I did a Goggle Vlogs channel. Well, I think I'm gonna start doing more videos on autism as well. So going through my life with autism, but I just need. I don't really want to be doing autism videos sat on my own. I just want like going out, if you know what I mean, like people seeing filming me or something, because it's hard to film and vlog at the same time. Do you know, like when you're doing activities during the day, sometimes even if I go out on a walk on my own, I do get a bit of anxiety at times. And another reason I'm still restricted to go out on a walk, because if I end up in the sticks and I can't get home and book an Uber home, I'm goosed. So I always have to, like this with epilepsy, like I was telling you about, I do have like restrictions. So obviously going out in the sticks, and if someone can't get hold of me, they'll start panicking, or if I can't book an Uber home or something like that. I don't want to get to a destination and then in an Uber and then thinking, oh bugger, how do I get home when I've no signal? And I'll end up going even further just to find somewhere for a signal on my phone. So yeah, I have to be careful with that. I have to keep in mind with that. But I did get stranded once. I went walking at Withington Park in Bolton. I've walked up Withington Park a few times on my own. Loved it. But then there was a particular time when I ended up getting a bit stranded up there. As soon as I reached the last step, I got a really good gust of wind, get up, and I couldn't find balance. So and no one was up there, and I was stuck, and I just didn't know what to do. I was ready to get an ambulance or something. I was like, what do I do now? I can't walk. Do I wait? I can't be there all night waiting for the wind to drop. So what I did, I ended up sitting on my backside and going down the hill on my backside. Luckily, no one was around to see me, but that's what I had to do. So I think going somewhere like that, it's best to have someone there next time with me. Sometimes when I am out on walks, I do get a bit anxious if any dogs come up towards me, because I'm petrified of dogs that I don't know. But if it's dogs who I do know, I'm okay with them. So it just depends on like things. So sometimes, yeah, especially if there's any plastic bags blowing about when I'm out on walks, that's when I do crap myself a little bit. Yeah, so there's a few like pros and cons with where I'm restricted to go in that. But I do like travelling a little bit. I just wish I had a bit more freedom these days, you know, like if I could drive and that. But I do like living independently. I can cook, even though they're just ready meals most of the time. Yeah, so yeah, I thought I'd do this video, an update for an autism awareness video. That's a bit of an insight to my life over the last 5 years and that, and a bit more. So yeah, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. It's Autism Awareness Day. That's why I'm doing this video, just to raise awareness and also go through my life. Follow my Instagram, lewis.stoney, as well. So my pictures are on there as well. Even if you just drop me a message, I'm quite lonely and isolated. Even if you just drop me a message and say hi or how are you doing, it'll pick my day up a little bit, because I am quite lonely, not having any friends or friends to meet up with regular. So obviously I do get a bit isolated. So by dropping me a message or even meeting up if you're local, I'm happy to do that with you. I also ended up getting myself in a bit of bother as well, swanning off, going on dating apps. I was on dating apps and started meeting people on dating apps just for a bit of company. But when I told people I were doing that, we had a bit of a fallout. So yeah, I've stopped going on dating sites now and doing it a proper appropriate way for like making friends, because I just thought dating isn't, well, I don't know. Dating isn't really for me. Well, it could be, but I think it was more for like a buddy or companion or a proper friend. But dating apps of dating, not friendship. Do you know what I mean? So it's more like friendship and getting a proper friend, if you know what I mean. So just like to have like a bit of support network, a bit more of a support network as well, to take the pressure off my family as well. Even though family means a lot to me, I just want to at least try and get out and see different faces, if you know what I mean. That's what I need. So yeah, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.